real quick. Hello! There you go, there you go. A little excitement here. You can't be listening to the damn plan and just, be mild. You got to get going here. So, as you said, I'm Kim Nagle. I am the owner of Damn Plan Coaching along with my daughter, Sandy. And she is she's a mother of my brand new grandson who is wagging the tail of 7 grandchildren. So Sandy and I, between the two of us, have a pretty good damn plan to live life on our terms. She has been able to take maternity leave, and we own a small company, and we pay maternity leave. Everything we have done is intentional, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is being intentional about your damn plan. So, first of all, before we go any further, I'd like to tell you what the damn plan really is, okay? The damn plan is DAMN. Determined decisions. Act consistently. Mind your business. No excuses. But before we go too much further into this, I got to ask you a question. Have you ever made a really bad decision? Show of hands, please. Anybody make a really bad decision? Anybody ever decide not to decide, which is kind of like deciding? Anybody ever decided not to decide? Yeah, you'll just roll with the punches. Does anybody have a decision that they've made that they consider their best, worst decision? That's a tough one. Well, I have a best, worst decision. It was 30 below in Minnesota. We were at least 6 months into COVID quarantine, that's hard to say. And I was bored. I was bored out of my mind. So I wandered over to Match.com. All right, pretty much a good setup for bad decisions, right? All right, made myself a profile, which is okay because I'm an English major, and I did put up all the pictures that I thought really expressed who I was, left out anything domestic. Follow me. I'm on a good path. But then bring in an adult daughter who redacts your profile, heavily redacts your profile and changes all your pictures because, oh, no. But ramp it up a little farther and add in 4 teenage granddaughters who are now discussing dating with you. Grandma, what's a boyfriend? What do you consider a boyfriend? And is he your boyfriend? Oh gosh, there was never anything like this in the parental manual or the grandparent manual. But off I go. The damn plan lady without a plan. I meet MrMatch.com, and we are talking cycling. He's a cyclist. And we're watching Tour de France, and he's getting really excited, and I said, I love cycling. I'm a cyclist. And the smile on his face was just unbelievable. It looked like he had just been given the best Christmas present ever. Oh my gosh, the woman of my life, and she likes to cycle. This is really good. Next thing I know, I'm in the bike store. Now, I may have lied. I do own a Schwinn from 1990, and it's in the back of my garage. But now I'm in the bike store, and there's all these cyclists there, and they are just really fit, and they're, kind of lean and long, and I wanted to be like them more than anything. I had imagination of cycling and, romantic trips on the bicycle through the countryside. And then the salesman asked me, so what are you looking for? A bike? Do you want carbon? I'm going, huh? And luckily, MrMatch.com said, yeah, we're looking for carbon. The guy looks at me and he goes, yeah, you're about a 28. And I'm going, oh, really? My left leg hasn't been 28 since I was 13. But I rolled with it, and now I'm buying a $5,000 bike. A far cry from my $150 Kmart special Schwinn in the back of the garage. Ma'am, you can try this out. Where? Well, just ride it around the store. Did I tell you about those long-legged cyclists in the store, and I'm terrified, and I'm looking at an aisle with all sorts of pokey things and millions of dollars of inventory. And I get on this bike, and I'm scared. I am very scared. And I fall over. Literally just simply fell over trying to get on this bike. The first thing that came to mind is, well, damn, I can't do this. And then I thought, well, I started this decision-making process and I have to follow through. So I got on, and a handful of wobbly turns later, and one moment where I just turned around the corner and put my head in Mr. Match.com's chest and went, I'm so scared. And he said, I'm proud of you. And it had been a long time since anybody had said they were proud of me. Proud of me for falling down. Proud of me for having made a decision and followed through on it. Those are what determined decisions are about. So why do I tell you this terrifying bike story? Because it was terrifying, people. Remember, it's January, there was no riding outside. I've got a $5,000 bike, now what? Well, it's time to ride. Keep pedaling became my mantra for the next year. Keep pedaling, keep that in mind. Because determined decisions are decisions that are based in the truth and backed up with your resolve and willingness to act. Now, I've underlined the important things there, right? Truth. Your truth. And what's your truth? What do you want? That's your truth. What do you need? That's your other truth. How much time are you willing to put in? How much money are you willing to invest? How much money do you need in your budget? Those are all truths that we need to deal with when we are making decisions. We can set our goals at the beginning of the year and say, you know what, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm looking at all these hors d'oeuvres and saying that. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. But if we don't have a plan, if we are not resolved, we will not follow through. So after 30 years of business coaching, what I have learned about resolve is it's essential. And the only way you become resolved to act is if you are basing your decisions on fact. Does anybody have a hard time believing what they can't see? I mean, if I told you there was $1 million in the next room, would you believe me? There could be. We will actually not be resolved until we can see it, feel it, and touch it. And that's where the truth about your time and money come in. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Because I also want to direct your attention toward willingness. Willingness, we're going to talk about, is about motivation. What are you willing to do? And then there is acting consistently, being consistent. So if there's anything you take away from this presentation, this definition of determined decisions, they're not just any old Match.com decisions made on an impulse on a 30-degree below zero decision. They're not a bad shoe impulse decision. They are decisions that you will do something with. And at this time of year, I think that's more important than anything. Because we've already passed the day in January where people give up on their resolutions. We've already passed that day. It is not even in the teens. It is more like about January 5th. All those resolutions we made and they're gone. So let's talk about time and money. Time and money. Those are the facts that you can feel, see, and touch. What I would recommend for all of you, for anyone making a decision about their business and what they're going to do, is sit down with, how am I using my time right now? I have what's called the Damn Time Tracker tool that asks people to literally go through a week and see how they spent their time. There was a time in my business life when, let's just say, a little Netflix binging got in the way. I was actually trying to write the damn book. I get to call the book the damn book, too. This is kind of fun. I was trying to write the damn book, and I can write about 1,000 words an hour. It's a 40,000 word book. Do the math. 40 hours, right? Well, you can't do that quite. But theoretically, I could write the book in 40 hours. I was into it for 9 months because I wasn't using my time appropriately. What are you not doing that is keeping you from realizing your goal? I bumped forward to money, or bumped past money, because money is just simply, how much money do you need to make to pay your bills? Now let's talk about willingness briefly. What are you willing to do to make your dream come true? To build the business you want to build, to make the amount of money you need, and have the amount of time you need to live life on your terms. Quick story. I rolled out a group coaching program. I've been in business for 30 years. I am referral based. I have not had to make sales calls for 30 years. But I rolled out a new program, new market, new people, wanting to expand. Suddenly I'm making 10 to 15 sales calls a day. The first week was horrendous. The first week, it was everything I could do to get my backside in that seat and do it. But going in, I decided I was willing to do what it takes. Just like riding that bike, are you willing to do what it takes? When you get going and you're willing and you keep pedaling, you keep making those sales calls, after a while, it just becomes habit. You get a few successes under your belt, you get some action going, and you will want more of it. Very simply, you will want more of it. So to end the bike story real quick, within 6 months of buying that $5,000 bike, I was climbing mountains in Arizona. Sort of. I got halfway up the mountain, and I'm standing at a dead standstill. And he's already at the top. And here again, it crept in. I'm a pretty determined person, but those second guesses creep in. And it crept in, I can't. After that 50th sales call, no responses. I'm going, I can't. But I remembered that mountain. Halfway up the mountain, all I heard from the top was pedal, 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 pedal. And that gets you up the mountain, gets you up any mountain. So I have a question to ask you. How bad do you want this? How bad do you want whatever decision you have in your mind right now? How bad do you want it? Maybe you've put it in your head that this year's your $1 million year. Maybe you put it in your head that you get to quit your day job and go full time. Whatever it is that you're doing, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to quit making excuses for why you can't? When I jumped on that bike, I had just turned 62 years old. There wasn't a woman in my sphere that said, oh yeah, this is a great time to do it. Let's start a whole new, brand new hobby and exercise program and go biking the world now that you're 62. Well, you know what? It's never too late. It's never too late to get what you really want. You just simply need to be determined, make the decisions according to fact, not hope, be willing to do what it takes, and not make excuses about why you can't. Are you ready? Are you ready to get a damn plan? Thank you very much.